Floella the Fruitbat lives in fluffy gardens. Floella lives here at 23 Flappy Heights, to be precise. Now, I bet you get up in the morning and tuck yourself in at night. Isn't that what any sensible person would do? Floella doesn't. She sleeps all day and gets up at night. Strange, isn't she? And I bet when you sleep, you lie down in your bed and get all comfy. Floella doesn't. She sleeps hanging upside down. Yes, Floella is very strange indeed. Our story begins with the ringing of Floella's alarm clock early one night. Floella yawned a big yawn, jumped down from her perch, and toddled off to the bathroom to brush her teeth. Fruitbats have very clean teeth, you know. Floella reached for the toothpaste, but she grabbed the soap instead. Then she spread it all over her toothbrush. She scrubbed hard with the soap, leaving her covered in suds and with a ghastly taste in her mouth. You see, poor Floella has awfully bad eyesight. You can see the toothpaste, and I can see the toothpaste, but poor Floella can't see it very well at all. She can hardly tell what is what most of the time. After brushing her teeth with soap, Floella went downstairs to make some breakfast. Not being able to see well, she made a hot cup of treacle with 2 spoonfuls of salt and had a big bowl of biscuits covered in ice-cold eggs. Still feeling a bit peckish, she buttered 2 cookery books. Then she went out for a walk. Floella loved to go for big, long walks to stretch her legs. She walked over grassy hills. She walked through a small park. She walked through a pretty forest. Floella loved to walk everywhere. After some time, Floella happened to pass Paolo the cat, who was searching through some bins while doing a spot of reading. "Good night, Floella," said Paolo cheerfully. "Good night, Mr. Johnson," said Floella, and walked on, leaving Paolo confused. How odd, he thought to himself. My name is Paolo, not Mr. Johnson. Then she passed Lola the mosquito, who loves to fly around at night looking for silly things to do. "Oh, good night, Floella," said Lola cheerfully. "Good night, Lenny," said Floella, and walked on, leaving Lola confused. "Oh, how strange," she thought to herself. "My name is Lola, not Lenny." Then she passed Wee Reg the puppy, who was up remarkably late for such a small puppy. "Good night, Floella," said Wee Reg cheerfully. "Good night, Tootie," said Floella, and walked on, leaving Wee Reg confused. How bizarre, he thought to himself. My name is Wee Reg, not Tootie. Poor Floella could not see anyone well enough to make out who they really were. Later that night, Floella popped into the shop to buy herself some milk. She was sure she needed fresh milk because something didn't taste quite right in her breakfast. Her milk had probably gone sour. Luckily for Floella, the penguins keep the shop open all day and all night, which is very tiring for the little penguin who works there. Inside the shop, who did Floella meet but Paolo the cat, Wee Reg the puppy, and Lola the mosquito. "Hello again, Floella," they all said. Floella looked around her. She walked right past the 3 friends, stopped in front of a stack of tinned corn, and staring hard at it said, "Hello, everyone. Lovely night, isn't it?" Then, before waiting for an answer, she went to find herself some milk. How odd. How strange. How bizarre, they all said. Then Wee Reg had an idea to help Floella, and they all began to whisper. When Floella came back to the counter with a carton in her basket, the three friends were chatting with the tired little penguin who worked behind the counter. They were all huddled around something, but of course, Floella couldn't see what it was. "Ooh, what have you got there?" inquired Floella, who was very curious. "Why, it's a present," replied Wee Reg. "For you." And he took a pair of lovely new glasses and placed them over Floella's eyes. Suddenly, for Floella, everything became clear. She could see everything crisp and sharp. "Oh, hello, Paolo. Hello, Wee Reg. Hello, Lola," she said, very surprised to see them. Floella was a happy little Fruitbat, able to see everyone and everything. As a way of thanking her friends for the glasses, she invited everyone around for a cup of tea. And as they all walked back to Floella's house for tea, Floella saw all of the beautiful places around her for the first time. Floella was so happy that she stopped walking and started skipping. She skipped all the way home. Eventually they arrived, and they all had a lovely evening together. "Tea, Reg?" offered Floella. "Yes, please," replied Wee Reg. "Milk?" she asked, and held up a carton of custard.